Hi everyone. I'm so glad to be back to blogging. And even though it's really super late, I'm actually going to participate in this month's Golden Vlog post, especially because it's about back to school and it is back to school time. Now, I'm not teaching anymore. I have decided to become a stay-at-home mom. However, it never really hit me during the summer because teachers have summers off anyway. But now that everyone is going back to school, all of the children in my school congregation have started school already. Um, all my teacher friends have been doing teacher work days, organizing their classrooms, decorating them, preparing lesson plans, and posting about their first days of school on their blogs, and it's made me realize how much I actually already miss teaching. Crying out loud, I already had a teaching dream, and I'm not teaching anymore. So, um, what I'm going to do is answer the questions about the Golden Vlog. Um, and if you notice at the bottom of the post, there is actually going to be a back to school giveaway because who are we kidding? All moms, students, teachers, and bloggers love Target and their back to school supplies, their and office supplies. So if you look at the bottom of this post, there will be a Target gift card giveaway. So let's get right into the questions. Um, Number one, did you highly anticipate or highly dread the first day of school growing up? I have always actually loved school, both grade school and college. I was always really super excited, getting all my school supplies organized, choosing all my classes, getting to see who was in the classroom with me, getting to know the personalities of my teachers. That was always the funnest. Um, Same as a teacher, honestly. The first term from beginning of school till about Halloween has always been my favorite time of the year. Um, Number two, if you had to categorize yourself, would you say you were a jock, a popular girl, a bookworm, an artsy student, or something else? Well, first and foremost, I was a bookworm. I was also the teacher's pet. I was never a tattletale or anything like that, but I always did my homework. I always paid attention. I always tried my best, etc., etc., etc. And so, honestly, growing up, I was pretty oblivious to any misbehavior in the classroom and irresponsibility that other students had. And so, when I became a junior high teacher and seeing the amount of disrespect sometimes, as well as irresponsibility with homework, it completely threw me for a loop because that's not who I was. Um, my friends and I would always have a book in our hands. We would sometimes read during class. Still got A's. I was also involved in sports. I wouldn't consider myself a jock though, because my group of friends were really the nerdy, geeky kids. Uh, but I did enjoy sports. I did field hockey with my middle school, and I did volleyball with my high school. I played other sports outside of school and community leagues, but those were the only two that I was involved with at school. Um, did you have any back to school traditions? Not that I can really think of, neither as a student nor as a teacher. I do remember a lot of anxiety though, but some of it was good anxiety, just excitement. Could hardly sleep the night before. Um, Always wear a new outfit on the first day of school, but that was really it. Um, Number four, have you or will you attend any of your high school reunions? If you've already attended one, what was it like? Well, something that's special about my school is the high school that I graduated from. I was actually its second graduating class. The school opened during my sophomore year, and that first year we had freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, but no seniors because they allowed the seniors to graduate at the school they had been going to their entire high school career. And so the first year the school was open, there was no graduating class. The second year, it was the juniors, so they were seniors that year. And so the third year the school was open, I was actually the second graduating class. So we haven't really even had a 10-year high school reunion yet, especially since the first graduating class was 2007 and I graduated in 2008. I would really like to go to it, mainly because I really miss Stafford, Virginia, where I grew up. However, I live in Utah right now, and so we will see where we're at financially and if we still are in Utah or if we're closer to Virginia, but I would really like to go to it. Number 5, did you pack or buy your lunch? What I really liked about the school district that I grew up in was that they had planned the entire month's meals for all their schools out so that parents could decide which days they wanted their kids to eat at school. And so my mom and I would go over that, choose the days that I wanted a school lunch. She would give me the money for that. And then the rest of the days I would pack lunch. As a teacher, the public school that I taught at my first year, I could have bought lunch, but since I was having an intern's income, because I was technically an intern, which is half of what first year teachers make, which is not a lot at all, and my husband was still a student, I packed all my lunches. And then the charter school that I worked at, we did not have any hot lunches. Students always had to pack every single day. And so I packed my lunches too. Sometimes though I would go out with teachers to the local restaurants that were close to the school during lunch break. Hardly ever. I typically packed my lunch. Number 6, did you ever have detention? What for? Well, I've actually only had one detention. That was lunch detention in junior high because I forgot to bring a project that was due that day, and that was the consequence for it. And I was so embarrassed, and honestly, I cried, and my teacher felt bad for me because she knew I was a good student, but she couldn't excuse me just because I was being a good student. But that's the only detention I've ever had. Number 7, did you do anything fun as a senior skip day, give a speech at graduation, to the senior class trip, etc.? Not really. My family, my dad's in the Marine Corps, and so my senior year, that summer after I graduated, literally actually the day after I graduated, we moved across the country because my dad was transferred. And so we were trying to save up money, so I didn't even get senior pictures because they were kind of expensive, and I had to buy my own class ring. But I had a really strong group of friends my senior year, and we were all very close. We would always hang out together, go to each other's houses, play video games, go bowling, have double, triple, quadruple dates. We all went to prom together, went to after prom together. I did go to some others' senior parties. I never had a graduation party either, but I made sure to spend as much time with my friends as I could since I knew that I would be leaving, not only because my dad was transferring, but I would be going to college in Utah at BYU, where most of my friends would stay in Virginia colleges. Number 8, tell us one of your most embarrassing moments or one of your secret crushes or disastrous dates from your school years. Well, first of all, I'm Mormon, and Mormons have certain standards that the youth live. They're moral standards, and one of which is that we decide not to date until we are 16. And so all my friends knew that. In 8th grade, there was a boy that I really liked. Everyone really liked him. Everyone just about had a crush on him. And he knew that I couldn't date. And so on April Fool's Day, and I didn't realize it was April Fool's Day, he asked me if I wanted to be his girlfriend. And I was so stoked because he was the most awesome boy ever. But I had to say, I would love to, but I can't date. And as I was saying that, he said, April Fools! And everyone laughed, and it was really embarrassing. So that's probably the most embarrassing one that I can think of right now off the top of my head. Number 9, which professors, teachers influenced your life and made a lasting impression, and why? The biggest one, I've had a lot of great teachers, and I've tried to model myself as a teacher after them, especially with expecting high standards of students, knowing that they can live up to their potential. But the teacher that influenced me the most and influenced me to not only become a history teacher, which I already had planned on doing, but become an English teacher as well, was my creative writing and international baccalaureate English teacher. IB is kind of like AP, only internationally recognized. Um, and so, again, she was my creative writing teacher and my IB English teacher, Mrs. Renard. We all just called her Renard, though. And she expected the absolute best writing out of all of us. I had always thought I was a good writer, and then the first poem I turned in, I got a C plus on with red all over. But she really helped me to improve my craft of creativity and imagination, and her love of books, and she really loved the Buddhist philosophy, and I would actually call her a Buddhist lifestyle follower. She wasn't into the actual religion, but she loved the philosophy of Buddhism, and so she kind of always implemented that into lessons, especially with the journey is more important than the ending and things like that. And she still influences me sometimes. We're friends on Facebook. She had a rule that she would not be friends with students, but as soon as you graduated, if you friend requested her, she might accept your request. And I was one of the ones that she accepted. Number 10, what is your favorite school memory? I don't have one specific favorite school memory, but my favorite school was Mountain View High School, where I went from sophomore year to senior year graduation. And I just made a lot of friends there, had a lot of awesome teachers there, and it's where I decided I wanted to be a history and English teacher. I took advanced courses, had a couple boyfriends there, just really good memories of Virginia. And as a teacher, some of the best memories I had are group activities or review games that I've played where all the students are really involved in it. And I just miss my students. I really do. I want to go back to Navigator Point and just say hi to all of them. Number 11, if you could change one thing from school, what would it be? Well, like I mentioned, I did take a few IB classes. Now, there was a full IB program where you would take all the IB core classes, math, science, English, and history, and then a few electives, including IB Spanish. I wish I would have participated and completed that. I didn't. I was too afraid to take IB calculus and IB physics, and I never did take calculus or physics. I did human anatomy and physiology and then statistics instead. But honestly, I wish I would have just pushed through and trusted in my abilities to do that and graduated with an IB diploma. Same with college. I had started out in the honors program, which had specific requirements at BYU. And I wish I would have stuck with that and finished that as well. Did you have a best friend and arch enemy in school? Are you brave enough to name them? I did not have an arch enemy in school. Well, I want to call her an arch enemy, but there was a girl in our congregation that just was not really nice to a lot of people and did things that she probably shouldn't have with other people's boyfriends, and just spread nasty rumors. She actually spread a rumor that I was a slut and sleeping around with random guys over the weekend, and if you know me at all, that is like the biggest lie ever. No one believed it. But I mean, as a Mormon, I saved myself for my husband on our wedding night. So, but my best friend was a girl named Ellie Bendel. I met her in 5th grade. We were in different 5th grade classes, but we were both the top female reader from our class, and our elementary school did a thing where the top female reader and the top male reader of each 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade class could have a sleepover at the school. And we were both there, and she was reading Harry Potter, and I introduce myself because I like Harry Potter too, and we were inseparable pretty much from 6th grade on to senior year, and we took a lot of classes together. And yeah, we still are in contact via Facebook, even though she's still in Virginia and I'm here in Utah. But yeah, I loved school. I still love school. I miss school. I miss being a teacher, and honestly, I miss being a student. And I would love to be able to go back to school and be able to get a master's and eventually a PhD. We're not there financially, but that is in the plans. And my lifelong goal is to be able to be a history professor. So teaching is and school is just in me. It's in my blood. So go ahead, continue reading the post, and participate in the giveaway. And thanks, guys. And I'll see you next time.